Hi everyone, welcome back to Pomo School. Today's story is Mortimer's Christmas Manger. I hope you enjoy it. Mortimer's Christmas Manger by Jane Chapman and Karma Wilson. Let's begin. In a big house lived a wee mouse named Mortimer. He dwelled in a hole under the stairs. Nobody ever noticed little Mortimer, and Mortimer liked it that way, but he didn't like his hole. Too cold, too creepy, squeaked Mortimer. Each day he snuck out and crept about looking for crumbs and tidbits, and one day Mortimer spied something new. What he spied was wonderful. He saw a huge tree covered with twinkling lights. Nestled on top was a bright, shining star. But something even better than the tree itself sat next to the tree on a table. Mortimer he sighed with delight. It's a house just my size. But the house was up so high and Mortimer was so low. I'll climb the tree, said Mortimer. Oh, it made for a perfect ladder for a mouse. Up, 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 Mortimer climbed, and down, down, down crashed the ornaments. Finally, he reached the table. Perfect, said Mortimer. Not cold, not cramped, not creepy, it's cozy. But who are you? Mortimer had never seen people so small, almost as small as himself. He had never seen such strange animals either. Tap, 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 Mortimer knocked, but no one answered. Tap, tap, tap. No one moved an inch. I see, Mortimer squeaked. You aren't real, only statues. So Mortimer lugged, Mortimer tugged. One by one, he dragged the statues out. When he reached the smallest statue, he saw it was a baby. A baby in a wooden bed, just Mortimer's size. There's no room for you here, Mortimer said. Out you go. And then into bed crawled Mortimer. He fell fast asleep in the soft, warm hay. The next day, Mortimer crept about. He found good things to eat, cookie crumbs, fruit cakes, morsels, and spicy peppermint candies. But when Mortimer scampered back up to his new home, the statues were set up again. No, 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 squeaked Mortimer. This won't do. There's no room for me. And so Mortimer lugged, Mortimer tugged, until all the statues were out. Now stay out, he said. And then into bed crawled Mortimer. He fell fast asleep in the soft, warm hay. But each day, while Mortimer scurried about, the statues were set up again. And Mortimer always lugged and tugged them back out. And then one day, Mortimer set out and saw the big people gathered around a tree. He couldn't get out there, so he hid amongst the statues. Mortimer listened, and what he heard was wonderful. Since it is Christmas Eve, I shall tell the Christmas story, the man said. A long time ago, in a little town called Bethlehem, Mortimer heard about people called Joseph and Mary and a bright shining star, and he heard about the shepherds watching their flock by night and traveling wise men. The man continued, and there was no room for them in the inn. And then Mortimer heard about a baby who was born in a stable and had no real bed, but slept in a wooden manger. A baby born to save the world. And his name shall be called Jesus, said the man. Mortimer looked at the bright shining star on the tree, and then he looked at his new home and his new bed, and he looked at the statues, and last of all, he looked at the baby. I see, sighed Mortimer. You aren't just any statue, you are a statue of Jesus. Mortimer sniffled and he snuffled. A tear rolled down his furry cheek. There was no room for you at the inn. But I know where there is room, he said. And so Mortimer lugged, Mortimer tugged. Soon he dragged all the statues back to where they belonged. And last of all, he laid the baby in the manger. This belongs to you, he said. Mortimer smiled. You look warm and cozy now. There was no place for Mortimer now to go except back to the cold, cramped, creepy hole. And as Mortimer scuttled down the tree, he said a prayer. Jesus, you were born to save the world. Perhaps you could also bring me a home? And then Mortimer spied something new. He spied something wonderful. Mortimer said with delight, a house! Just my size! And there were no statues in sight. So Mortimer moved right in. Thank you, Jesus, said Mortimer. You've made room for me too. And that, boys and girls, is the story of Mortimer's Christmas Manger. I hope you enjoyed it.